Happy Monday, everyone. I hope everyone's having an amazing day so far. Thank you so much for joining me today. So in this week's video, I wanted to share with all of you a moment in my life so far that has had the most impact in my life. And I thought about this because just about last week, I went to a women's event where one of the panelists were asked the same question, a question about, what was a moment in their lives that really just maybe changed their outlook on life or really changed their perspective on life. And, I couldn't help but think about what that moment was for me in my life. So back in 2011, I know some of you might know this story. I actually lost my dad. He passed away really suddenly from a heart attack, and I talk about it more in my blog post, so definitely check it out. I can honestly say, guys, like that moment was the most impactful moment I've had in my life because it made me realize like that the path that I was in, career-wise with my life, who I was, it just wasn't really what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do with my life. And it made me really think about, okay, what is it that I want to create in this world? What kind of person do I want to become? And ever since that moment, I knew that I really wanted to do something great with my life and to be able to give back and create this life that really after I am gone, I can leave something positive in the world. And guys, that's what I'm all about. And I hope you guys that by sharing my moment that has had the biggest impact in my life, it turns on a little light bulb in your mind that makes you ask yourself that question, okay, am I really going after that life that I want to create for myself? Am I becoming the person that I want to be in this world? One thing that I know for sure, guys, is that at the end of our lives, you won't regret the things you did do, you'll regret the things that you didn't do. One of the biggest things that I really learned, when my dad passed away is, as much as we hear it all the time, life is truly so short, you guys. And I realized that, thinking back, I never expected to lose my dad at 21. I was 21, he was about 56, really young, and I never imagined in my life that, I would lose him at such a young age. And I just think that we always hear that phrase all the time, that life is short and, go out and chase your dreams. But I want to give you this message today because I feel like we don't hear it enough. I feel that we hear it all the time, but it really doesn't sink into our mind that we don't have that much time here in this world, and to go out there and create the things that you feel in your heart you are meant to create in this world. And now, guys, when I think back, one of the things I know, my dad was a really compassionate person. He was very empathetic, and he always did his very best to be able to help others, even if he didn't have much himself. And I remember, sometimes he would be watching the news and, sad stories would come up and his eyes would get so watery, and I could just tell it really affected him. And nowadays when I think about I'm such an emotional person, I feel people's emotions so much, it's crazy. I can not even know the person, but I hear them, I see them crying, and it just really it hits me so hard. And I really believe that I probably, gained some of that from my dad's side, being that compassionate person that I am, because I think that is probably, I really believe that part of my purpose is because I, am that way, I can be able to help others in a more profound way. So that's my video for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye, guys.